Here are Giannis's 10 weirdest experiences. First, before we get to the $1 million scandals, forced exile, and fans saving his life, you may believe that the freak's body earned him the moniker, but it was really something horrible. Giannis went live on Instagram on Valentine's Day to show off all the things his girlfriend got them. But there was one item that she didn't want everyone to see. So Giannis thought it was the ideal opportunity to explain what his moniker truly meant.
She bought me this too.
Oh!
Yeah, the freak.
Stop! What is wrong with you?
He could be a freak on the court and on the shit,
Oh my
you know
God.
what I'm saying?
You're embarrassing.
Woo!
Large hands need equally large gloves. Giannis is an addict in addition to his dunks for MVP awards and titles. Growing up in poverty, Giannis shouldn't have spent money on that, but he couldn't help himself. Giannis committed his life to basketball in the hopes that he would one day be able to earn enough money to feed his addiction. Recently, however, the world learned about Giannis's Oreo addiction.
When I came to the league, that was the first thing I ate because like when I was younger, I was always craving them and could never afford them, So I was like, okay, when I get a little bit of money, people go spend money in cars and chains. I bought Oreos.
Picture yourself subsisting on Oreos for a month. This guy's physique begs the question, how? There's more to this weird experiences of Giannis. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell for more. Well, it's all okay since Giannis never even considered basketball as a career. He truly intends to leave the NBA as well. Giannis idolized his father and Tyrion Reed while growing up in Greece. Giannis was encouraged to spend his youth playing soccer rather than basketball by both of these individuals. But when he reached 13, his brother changed everything.
At first, I did not want to play basketball. I wanted to be a soccer player just like my dad, but the Nazis wanted us to play basketball. And I was probably like 12 years old and I wanted to spend time with the Nazis, so I was like, okay, I'll play basketball.
Even after making it to the NBA, Giannis' passion for soccer didn't fade, and he refused to give up on it. Giannis was seen playing two sports concurrently during sessions, and professional clubs must have taken note, since the Milwaukee Wave asked Giannis to perform at their halftime performance in front of a packed stadium.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's got the skills!
A few years later, Giannis gained notoriety for sneaking in a game of soccer. Giannis responded by letting PSG know he was available anytime, and accepting an invitation to visit their stadium and giving them his own PSG shirt. Recently, Giannis' passion for soccer has gone so out of control that he even plays it during NBA games. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit on the notification bell so that you would be notified whenever there's a new upload. Up next, in 2016, Giannis was ejected from the NBA. Finally emerging as a basketball superstar, Giannis' brother Thanasis was also playing in the NBA. While pursuing their goals, these two broke the law often, and their past ultimately caught up with them. Giannis and Thanasis were abruptly expelled from the US and sent back to Greece. Nobody knew what was happening, but it was all related to international law. Under Greek law, all males between the ages of 19 and 45 had to spend 9 months in the military. But if you leave Greece and get citizenship in another nation, you just had to serve 3 months. The two boys joined and made sure they completed all their obligations before returning for the following season. But hey, it's the law. So even if Giannis and his brother were professional sportsmen, they had to join the military. Fifth, what if I told you that this guy isn't truly Giannis Antetokounmpo or the Greek freak as you may already be aware of him by? Giannis Antetokounmpo, his Nigerian name when he was younger, was the moniker he used throughout his childhood and adult life in Greece as he worked tirelessly to become a citizen of that country. When it was ultimately approved in 2013, the Greek translation altered his name from Antetokounmpo to Antetokounmpo, but the name remained the same, entirely concealed who Giannis was intended to be. His given name Antetokounmpo, which means the king from over the seas, also may imply the crown has returned from abroad, according to NBA star Hakeem Olajuwon. In light of this, Giannis not only moved internationally to play in the NBA, he also rose to the position of League King. Let's take things to a whole another level now that we're discussing Giannis's top 5 career moments. But before all that, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit on the notification bell so that you will be notified on our next upload. 6. Giannis's career took off dramatically in 2018, which was also the year Kobe Bryant fundamentally altered Giannis's life. Giannis enjoyed one of his greatest seasons and established himself as a superstar. But when his team fell to the 7th seed, he realized he needed to raise his game. At that moment, he made a decision that would permanently alter his course. The two decided on a private exercise, and Kobe immediately boarded the plane. Giannis made sure to get at the gym before Kobe. Giannis arrived early to gain additional exercises, but as soon as Kobe arrived, he was prepared to take instruction from a legend.
I've never told nobody this. I was there 3 hours before him. The workout was great. He made me make 350 or 400 shots, but they were all the same shots. And he told me, make 20. Use your full work. When you shoot, raise up high and make 20. It was amazing. It was amazing working out with Kobe.
Now, it may not sound all that weird, but Giannis never forget Kobe's counsel. Giannis committed himself fully to training right after their session. The guy became very popular after publishing a picture of his development, and that was just the beginning. As the season progressed, Giannis's statistics reached a new career high, and he finally led the Bucks to the top of the standings. However, after seeing Giannis win his first ever MVP award, Kobe felt compelled to set an even greater task for him, winning the title. Even though Giannis was ready to win his second MVP in a straight, just knowing Kobe wouldn't be there to witness it was terrible. At this moment, Giannis was giving it all to make Kobe proud. But suddenly, out of nowhere, Kobe was gone. Giannis was aware that he had just one option. Nobody knew this, but this series was for Kobe when Giannis faced the Suns in the NBA Finals. Giannis couldn't stop thinking about Kobe's challenge throughout those games. And as the competition heated up, Giannis and the Bucks fell behind 0-2. But there was no way Giannis could let Kobe down. So he channeled his inner Mamba mentality and put the Bucks on his back, winning the next 3. Finally, in Game 6, Giannis stepped out thinking, what would Kobe do? And you could tell right away that it wasn't just him. Subscribe to this channel and hit on the notification bell for more. Giannis came out and delivered one of the greatest individual performances in NBA history, scoring 50 points while leading his team to the NBA Finals. However, it was Giannis's post-game submission that cemented this moment in NBA history. Anyway, on our 7th weirdest experience, Greek Freak swiftly gained popularity since Giannis Antetokounmpo is just too difficult for fans to say. Yet, after Giannis acquired the moniker, it sparked a $2 million controversy. Giannis learned about Fan Closet a few years ago. They weren't just your average sports memorabilia seller. Their operation was against the law. As a lovely man, Giannis attempted to reason with the corporation and respectfully request that the merchandise be removed. But these individuals were maniacs, so they didn't listen. One day, he stumbled upon several goods online with his moniker that he had never authorized. When Giannis phoned his attorney and explained the situation, the attorney said, "Giannis, you cannot just have individuals sell products with your name on them. If news spreads that you don't file a lawsuit, it will only happen more." Giannis was unaware of how serious the situation was. Giannis already earns almost $200 each second, so he didn't need any more money. But his lawyer insisted that the purpose of suing this random corporation was more than simply financial gain. It was also about establishing an example. Consequently, they decided to enter a legal dispute. Giannis filed a lawsuit against the firm for exploiting the term "the Greek Freak" to market low-quality goods, which may deceive buyers into believing they were purchasing cheap merchandise directly from Giannis and harm Giannis's brand irreparably. Giannis won the lawsuit and was given a $2 million reward. But even though 2 million may sound like a lot of money, it's nothing compared to Giannis himself. Therefore, the judge's decision in the case was an easy one. Next up, what if I told you that a crazy fan came dangerously close to ruining Giannis's career? In spite of seeing Giannis's development from a young player to one of the finest in the NBA over the years, one fan secretly understood what Giannis was doing off the court. And eventually, this fan had enough.
I wrote a letter to Adam, the commissioner, and said, please, just take him out of the NBA. This guy will ruin it. This guy is boring as hell.
Look at this guy. He honestly attempted to critique Giannis's performance on live television, as if he could do better. Nobody, not this fan, the commissioner, or Giannis himself will be able to stop him, since the secret meaning of his name foretold his whole existence. Now that was just stupid. How are these going so far? Leave your thoughts below. Don't forget to like this video too. Subscribe to this channel and hit on the notification bell for more videos like this. 9th, Giannis was so precious that a total stranger risked everything to rescue him. Since Giannis was only a rookie at the time and had just received his first salary, he immediately sent practically all of it to his family members who were living abroad. However, on the worst day possible, game day, he received a warning that he had exceeded his spending limit. In addition to being destitute, he was also abandoned in the wilderness in 18-degree cold. He then began to run, when fortunately, Giannis's greatest supporter arrived in her Honda Fit and offered to give him a ride. She floored it to the game as Giannis crammed his 7-foot ass in the back seat. This man's life was truly saved by that fan. Are you aware of how icy 18 degrees is? If Giannis hadn't made it to the game, he may not have the opportunity to become a star, since he might have frozen to death. And lastly, in 2013, Giannis was nearly expelled from the Bucks by a member of his own squad. During the season, the Bucks had to make significant adjustments. They were the AFC, and they were thoroughly swept in the first round of the playoffs. They didn't have a single All-Star, so the next off-season was going to determine their whole destiny. And they accomplished the unimaginable by selecting the NBA Draft's number 15 team. The Bucks staked their whole season on a frail 18-year-old. They went insane, because in addition to risking everything for the potential of a young person, they also traded away their greatest player to get Chris Middleton, a guy who averages 6 points each game. Giannis and Chris were seen by the Bucks as potential superstars at the time, but they had to achieve that status first. Because the two were so rivalrous, they began undermining one another. These two would often come to blows during practices and games, and Giannis once said that he used to despise Chris. How did Chris feel about this? Because they fought for a few minutes, they obviously loathed one another. Every game was a challenge that pushed players to improve, but a single slipper might ruin a player's chances of making the starting lineup, or even worse, have them thrown off the team altogether. I know you're interested in learning more about NBA, so if you're ready, just click on this video right here.